Welcome everyone to today's deep dive on River State politics. We are focusing on Governor Siminalayi Fubara, specifically his activities after his statement, his tricky tango with former boss Nyesom Wike, and the lawmakers shifting loyalties. We are also unpacking the Independence Day parade cancellation and the boycott that followed. Before I go ahead, if this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe. You also leave your opinions in the comment section below. Let's start with the big picture here. Siminalayi Fubara was reinstated after months of federal intervention. What's the story since then? The story is about resetting control. The first thing Fubara did was dissolve the cabinet and the pension board. These weren't random acts. They were deliberate moves to wipe the slate clean. Remember, many of those commissioners and board members were either appointed during the emergency rule or still carried Wike's fingerprints. Fubara needed to clear the house before he could even think of governing in his own rights. In Rivers politics, cabinet posts and boards aren't just jobs, they are lifelines. They feed loyalty networks. By dissolving them, Fubara effectively pulled the rug from under a lot of Wike-aligned politicians. He created a vacuum, yes, but also new bargaining chips. The question became who gets back in and on what terms. And let's not forget the symbolism of that valedictory session with the cabinet. It was calm, almost polite, but it masked a deeper reality. Thank you for your service. Now step aside. In political science, we call this an administrative purge disguised as routine governance. Now fast forward to October 1st, Independence Day. River State cancels its parade at Shark Stadium. What did that signal? On the surface, it was aligned with the federal government's directive. Abuja had cancelled the national parade, citing cost and the need for sober reflection. So Rivers said, we are just following orders. But let's be honest, in the context of Rivers' political crisis, it was also a preemptive strike. Imagine if Fubara went ahead and half the lawmakers boycotted. The optics would be devastating. Empty seats, half-hearted salutes, maybe even protests. By cancelling, he avoided handing Wike's camp a free photo op of disunity. Spot on, and yet, despite cancelling the parade, you could still see the fractures. Pro-Wike lawmakers boycotted other events tied to the celebrations, the Jumat prayers, the Thanksgiving service in Opobo, the interdenominational service in Port Harcourt. Their absence was loud. It was a message. We don't recognize your authority fully as governor. Let me build on that. Independence Day events are more than rituals. They are symbolic reaffirmations of state legitimacy. When lawmakers boycott, it's not just pettiness, it's an attempt to delegitimize the governor, to say this house is divided. Fubara may have dodged the stadium embarrassment, but he couldn't fully dodge the symbolism of absent lawmakers. That absence echoes louder than any parade cancellation. A shield in that it protected him from visible humiliation. A weakness in that it exposed how fragile its coalition still is. You can't cancel your way out of political fractures forever. And remember, Rivers is a state where optics matter. This is Wike's backyard. the oil capital of Nigeria, people read meaning into everything. A cancelled parade, that's not just logistics, that's politics. A boycott, that's not just absence, it's war in another language. Let's wave these into a timeline. Fubara reinstated, dissolves cabinets and pension boards, cancels parade, lawmakers boycott. What's the strategy here? Think of it like a chessboard. First move, clear the board of hostile pieces, cabinets and boards. The second move, avoid battles you can't win, that is, cancel the parade. Third move, let your opponents reveal themselves. The boycott showed him exactly who still Wike aligned. Fourth move, rebuild alliances by dangling appointments, empty cabinet seats before bargaining chips. So it's not chaos, it's calculated, but it's also risky. Yes, because if you don't refill those slots quickly, governance suffers, ministries stall, retirees grumble about the pensions board, projects slow down. The longer the vacuum lasts, the more people feel the state's drifting. That can weaken him further. Now let's dig into the relationship with Wike. Has it improved or worsened since reinstatement? It's quite complicated. On the surface, there is still that Abuja brokered piece, but in practice, every move Fubara makes seems to distance him from Wike's shadow. Dissolving the cabinet, refusing to validate Wike's loyalists, cancelling events that could expose division, these are all quite acts of rebellion. Wike's camp sees it. That's why the lawmakers are boycotting. This is classic godfather-godson fallout. At first, Fubara was expected to be a placeholder, a loyal successor, but reinstatement gave him a new political birth. He realized, if I don't seize control now, I will forever be Wike's junior partner. So he's taking steps to carve out autonomy. And Abuja's role matters here. By aligning with the federal government on the parade cancellation, Fubara is signaling, I'm not an outlaw, I'm not a rebel governor, I follow national directives that shield him from federal backlash while he quietly fights its local battles. That's a smart move, if you ask me. Let's talk about effects. What does this mean for Rivers people? In the short term, it means slower governance, dissolved cabinet equal delays, cancelled parade equals loss of civil ritual, boycotts equal political theatre distracting from policy. But in medium term, if Fubara survives this storm and refills positions with loyal but competent hands, it could actually govern freer than before. True, but survival isn't guaranteed. If the assembly boycott hardens, they could block budgets, frustrate bills, and even reopen impeachment threats. Remember, these lawmakers already tested that route once. Which is why Fubara's next 3 to 6 months are critical. If he successfully uses appointments to buy peace, he consolidates. If he fails, Rivers may slide back into open confrontation. Abuja may have to step in again. So let's play scenarios. In 6 months, what are the possible outcomes? Scenario 1, stability through co-optation. Fubara fills cabinet slots with mix of loyalists and carefully chosen Wike allies. Lawmakers refuse to return to the fold. It governs with breathing room. Scenario 2, renewed crisis. Lawmakers dig in, reject olive branches, maybe attempt fresh impeachment. Fubara responds with more dissolutions, more executive actions. The state becomes a battlefield again. Then here is scenario three, the federal government intervention. If Rivers politics spirals, Abuja steps in with stronger oversight, either pressure on Wike to back down or on Fubara to compromise. Worst case scenario, fresh emergency rule, number two. And where do you each stand? I lean towards cautious stability. Fubara has shown it's strategic, not rash. So there you have it, guys. Fubara's post reinstatement playbook is a mix of administrative reset and symbolic caution. Cancelling the parade shielded him from humiliation, but boycott exposed its fragile base. The cabinet and pensions board dissolutions created both risk and opportunity. The next few months will tell if he emerges as an independent governor or slip back under Wike's shadow. You all, let's have your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section below. What do you guys think of this? I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.